Perceived suffering outweighs objective suffering. We live in a world where suffering isn't objective, and everything is up to debate. If the words are coming from the right person, anyone can be talked out of anything. There's no integrity when it comes to people's values and morals, where we should be living in a world where suffering isn't objective. There should be objective suffering. Everyone should agree that ABC is bad, but the thing is that people are able to talk you out of it, and people are able to justify some of the worst atrocities. The man in the tower that complains and whines about how much taxes he has to pay will always gain more importance over the beggar on the street that can't afford to eat. And it's because the man in the tower has the privilege to be loud enough to be heard, and people aren't able to take themselves and their issues and put it into an objective space. They think they're going through the worst of the worst, but they have everything and more that a person's going through the worst of the worst has. And I've noticed this issue where basically in everything you could go so far left you end up right. And basically what I mean by that is you can be so privileged that you end up over to the underprivileged side and not actually end up there, but the way you perceive yourself and your problems, you would think that you're underprivileged. A good way to put this is basically that we hear the words of the oppressed coming out of the mouths of the privileged. But it's just entitlement that turns into perceived oppression or perceived suffering. And there's an irony when it comes to capacity, because the people that are perceiving their suffering to be great, and they have little capacity. So these are the same type of people that blow up at people and scream at the cashier because they don't have the emotional capacity to hold their emotions. Their emotions have been held their whole lives by other people, so they don't know how to deal with their own emotions because of privilege. So that creates them having a little capacity for things that happen to them, things that they're feeling. Perceive things that happen to them, just anything in their environment causes outbursts. And it's ironic because those are the people that get most attention, the privileged loud ones. And when you're actually oppressed, your capacity ends up being very, very wide. You have a very big capacity for things, so you're able to take things on the chin and you're able to hold a heavy burden. And basically over time you realize that when you ask for help, nobody comes, so that grows your capacity even more, that you're able to deal with things. It's sort of like muscles, and the process of building muscles is the fibers tear apart and they break. And that can only happen when the muscles in your body is being put through some sort of strenuous exercise. Something that you put your body through that you normally don't do will cause those muscles to break down. And people that have big muscles and they have purposefully gone out of their way to build those muscles, those people, they're able to carry things, and they're able to carry certain things that some people aren't. They're able to carry the heavy things, they're able to run really fast. And it's basically the same with emotions, where if you don't have those emotional muscles built, then when it comes time to carry the boulder, you're not going to be able to carry the boulder. The same way that physically, if you're not building those muscles, you're not going to be able to do certain things that people that have spent time building those muscles have been doing. And then you have oppression that comes into it, and the conversation of, I shouldn't even been in that circumstance to build those metaphorical emotional muscles. And it's like, yeah, you shouldn't have. And here comes the big difference, where the people that have built that, which they shouldn't have even been put in that predicament, they have that already. So then the privileged people don't have that because they've never been put in those predicaments. So they need to get their needs met another way because they don't have those emotional muscles built. So they externalize. All of their problems become externalized. Because what happens with people with perceived oppression and privileged people is that when they call for help, people come. So they're never able to build the muscle of self-reliance, and they're never able to build these emotional muscles because of their privilege. So it creates a case where the loudest are the privileged, and they're the ones that get help to their problems, and they're the ones that get attention. That's why the man up at the castle complaining about his taxes will change the world. And there's lots of people that feel the same way as that man, and they feed into it. Whereas the beggar on the streets that needs money, we tell the beggar inner power to find a solution to their problems. And it's very internal. It's not, oh, we need to change the systems, we need to change these external systems. Whenever oppressed people go through things, it's a them problem, it's not a system problem. And whenever privileged people go through things, it's a system problem, it's never an individual problem. The volume of your issues, and if you can express your need for help in a loud volume, it isn't a sign of need, it's a sign of low capacity, it's a sign of not being able to deal with things. That's why the loudest get the most attention and the most help. And that's the reason everything is the way it is because the people that empower these adult, privileged babies only care about getting their selfish, short-sighted, hollow needs met. instead of the needs of the whole. They're unable to put themselves aside and group up and see objective suffering and do something to stop objective suffering. They only care about their own perceived suffering, and it'll always trump objective suffering because they don't have the empathy to apply. It's nullified because of moral relativity, because everything is up to debate. We can't come together and have shared ethics and morals. Everything's up to debate. So we're unable to eliminate things because too much people don't agree and don't have the empathy to agree and to change things.